Welcome to Algebra, lesson number 2, like terms. So one of the reasons that we want to learn about like terms in this lesson is that in math, when we're working with unknown quantities as variables represent, sometimes it benefits our math to be able to combine those like terms, and in the same way that we did with integers back when in our unit on integers. So for us to be able to combine them is a fairly powerful thing, and in fact, once you have identified terms as being alike, there's all sorts of different operations that you can perform with them. So that's where we're going to start today. Condition number 1 for two terms to be alike. They need to have the same variable. That means the same letter. And I'm just going to reinforce that. This means the same letter. The second condition, those variables need to have the same exponent. And I'm just going to highlight that part. Same exponent. Whoops, there's a highlighter. Same exponent. So two things that we're looking for. Same letter, same exponent. So let's have a look at this one I've sort of put out here in the middle of your note. We have 7h to the exponent 5 and 4 to the exponent h. Let's have a quick look at these, and we'll just write this out. And I'm just going to write it out as almost like a little checkbox. So like same letter, actually we'll call it variable. We'll use our terminology. Same variable, question mark, followed by, if that one is true, same exponent on that variable, question mark. That's always the question we want to be asking ourselves. So here I've modeled it. Let's look at 7h to the exponent 5 and 4 to the exponent h. Ask ourselves, do these two terms, so again this is a term here and this is a term here, do each of these terms have the same variable? Well, they do. They have the variable h and the variable h. So they have the same variable, so that's a check mark. Do they have the same exponent? All right, so here's where it falls apart a little bit, because 7h to the exponent 5 has an exponent of 5, and 4h has an exponent. Now again, it's not written there, but recall from the last lesson, if we don't see the exponent, it's to an exponent of 1. So these are different. Same exponents? Sadly, no. So we can conclude, therefore, that 7h to the exponent 5 and 4h are not like terms. That is what we've determined. Now again, we're not going to always go through all of these steps. I'm going to start to do them orally, and I would like you also to be able to look at two terms and ultimately just know whether they are or are not alike. But for now, we're going to go through these steps where we say them out loud, same variable, same exponent. So let's look at a couple of these, couple of examples in example 1. So let's determine if the following terms are alike. Here we have two different terms. We've got minus 2x and 9x. So our first question, same variable. And it looks like they do have the same variable. We have the variable x in our first term, followed by the variable x in our second term. So we're looking good so far. Same exponent is the next question we ask. So we look at the exponent. Again, it's not written here, but the exponent that is sitting up and above x over here is 1, and also over here is 1. So these are like terms because they have the same variable with the same exponents. So because your math teacher is also going to try to be efficient, I'm going to just copy this like same variable, same exponent bit so that I can use it over and over again. Like right now, for example, a to the exponent 3 and 5b to the exponent 3. So let's paste in our questions. Same variable. There's our first one. So do these two terms have the same variable? Our variable in the first term is a. Our variable in the second term is b. So no. Not the same variable. Not like terms. Not like terms. All right, that one we knew right off the bat pretty much. So let's get you guys to try a couple of these on your own. I have two of them set up. Let's take a look at example A. I'll get you guys to work this one on your own. So we've got negative 4m squared and m to the exponent 4. So I'd like you to hit pause here in the video. Tell me if these terms are alike. When you know, come on back and we'll see how you did. Okay, let's have a look at this. Again, same thing. We are looking for the same variable to the same exponent. So the variable of our first term, m, the variable of our second term, m. So same variable, yes. Let's look at the exponents now. Exponent on the first term is 2. Exponent on the second term is 4. So same exponent, no. So not like terms. And while we're at this point here, I'd like to point out that really you have to have yeses to both of these questions for them to be like terms. You can either have a no at the variable stage and they're not like terms, or you can have a no at the same exponent stage and then also not like terms. They have to both be yeses for our terms to be alike. So hopefully you got that first one. Let's go try one more here. Hit pause the video. You think you got an answer? Come on back and we'll see how you did. Okay, here we are. Same as before, we are going to see same variable. So the variable in our first term, d, variable in our second term is also d. So we are at yes so far. Same variable, yes. Let's look at that exponent now. Exponent in the first term, 2. Exponent in the second term, 2. All right, so we've got 2 yeses here. Therefore, we are talking about like terms. These two terms are alike. And this brings us to the end of lesson 2. In the next lesson, we're going to look at how to combine terms that we know are alike. So that's what's going to be coming up next. Hopefully this lesson made sense. If not, go back and listen to parts again, head off to the worksheet, and we'll see you in lesson number 3.